Hey everyone, welcome. I'm glad you're here. My Sangha. Oh, I can hear my phone. Hold on, let me mute it. I thought I had turned it down. Hey Zara. Is it echoing? Hey Moto, welcome. Can you hear an echo or no? I hear my phone, but I had turned it down. Hey Elham. So let me see. Zara, YouTube user Zara. Yeah, you can ask a question. You're the first one here, sweetheart. Zara and Moto. Okay, thank you, Moto. If y'all haven't checked out Moto, go check out his channel. He's an amazing moto vlogger and like the best ever. Always such a positive, like community-based person. Go check out his channel. And if you're around and want a reading after Zara, I will be here. Thank you, Zara. And I hope I'm saying that correctly. Forgive me if I'm not. I tend to butcher names. All right, what's your question, Zara? And Elham, I wrote your name down as well. So you can ask your question, Zara. I can try. We can try to answer it, and sometimes our higher power just has a different idea. Oh, good. I know going home from work. I told somebody in a sober community the other day, I'm like, I don't know how people stay sober at work. I've been so blessed to have this time off to work my sober program. I'm like, but I know I'm grounded. I know when the opportunity comes up to go back to work, I'll be ready. I know I miss my students. One of the girls I used to teach with actually tried to video call me with one of my old students because she was having a hard day and she had asked for me. And I was like, it's so crazy how I thought I wasn't going to go back into the education world, but it's like my higher power just keeps putting these signs in my way of like, remember the teaching, remember the actual teaching aspect. Forget the politics of education and administration and remember your students and the bond that you had with them. And so I'm grateful that those little messages keep coming up, Okay, Zara. I hope I'm saying it right. Zara. What will be Asak's next action towards me? And by when? Okay, so a lot of people will ask questions like this, and I do forewarn them. My tarot reading, I don't agree with reading somebody else's. Like, for example, this person is not here to approve of me. I don't feel comfortable trying to read other people's energies when they're not here to approve it. So sometimes the cards will speak on things, but a lot of times when people ask about somebody else's future actions, my decks just don't read like that. But I will pray over it and I can put 3 cards down and they might give you something to self-reflect on and to pray on if you pray and to meditate on if you meditate. So I'll pray over the deck, Sarah, and then I'll put 3 cards down and we'll just see, okay? Oh, I love you too, Moto. Yeah, I know. Sometimes we just don't have a choice. If you'll be engaged by September. Okay, that's a yes or no question. And my Crystal Power Tarot deck does have some cards that say yes to questions. So we can try. I'll pray over it. I think so, for sure, because it's just about like you and your future and not so much the other person's action. So thank you for just changing that. But you're basically just seeking spiritual advice for your relationship ultimately is the way I'm picking up on it. Okay, Sarah, I'm going to pray over the deck. Okay, sweetie? My higher power, my source, thank you for being here. Thank you for this community. I ask that you guide my words in this deck for Zara speaking spiritual advice regarding her relationship and possible future marriage. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of self-love and self-confidence and peace and guide Sarah as they're seeking spiritual wisdom and spiritual knowledge in regards to their the future of their relationship. And so it is. Amen. Okay, I'm going to shuffle, and I just want you to keep an open mind and an open heart to the message. And thank you for letting me read for you. I rid this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and wisdom. I'm grateful to our higher power. I'm grateful to this community. I ask that you guide my words in these cards for Sarah as they just want some clarity on the possibilities of this relationship moving forward. When one rises, we all rise. Okay, let's see. Your first card is the Six of Swords, and it says, I know that peaceful times will come. Well, if you're worrying about getting married, I know that can be a good sign. Like, I remember, I don't know if like you're feeling worried about it or you're just curious, but I know, like, especially in my younger years, I just wanted marriage so bad, you know? So I remember it used to be, for me personally, sometimes it could make me just feel worried. Like, am I going to be in this relationship forever like this? All right, Six of Swords. Moving on, finding a safe haven. After an intense, demanding time, the harmonious Six is a reassurance that you will be able to distance yourself from strife and pressure. Finances become more manageable. Oh, I like that. You complete a demanding project at work, and in relationships, the card can show making up after a disagreement or moving on alone after a breakup. Whichever path brings you more security, serenity, and ultimately a peace of mind. The literal meaning of the card is travel. So the power message is just knowing that peaceful times will come. I'm just fearful of he's the person for me or not. Oh man, you sound like me. I was just telling my sponsor, I work a sober program, and in the work I have to do, I have to write down about past relationships and things that I did to those people. And I remember being in relationships for over a year and then thinking like, this is not it. You know, like, I don't think this is forever. But instead of ending it, I stayed because I fear of being alone, you know. And I'm not saying it's you, I'm just speaking of my own situation, but I just know relationships are hard. And finding your soulmate is hard. And I know that there's a lot of emotions involved. So I'm sending you so much love and light. All right, your next card is the Knight of Cups. I know, oh my God, I cannot even make this junk up. Not junk, sorry, I can't make this up. I just get so tickled because the power message of this card says, I know that the right person waits until I'm ready. And it's just like, I just got that, I know the right person, like, you know, so I don't know. It just made me like feel good for you that right person will come, whether it's this person or not, you know. The Knight of Cups, an offer or other new opportunity comes to you. This may be an invitation or proposal of some kind, which sounds like exactly what you need. The card can show the early stages of a relationship. However, as a person in your reading, this Knight is romantic, but not practical. So he or she may just say what you want to hear, but forget the practicalities. The message here is to wait and observe and let this person prove his or her value before you agree to any plan. So if you're fearful that this person isn't for you, this is, I don't know, because this is like proposing that this person may propose to you. I'm going to read it one more time. This may be an invitation or proposal of some kind, which sounds like exactly what you need. So I'm not sure if like you're wanting that, but then you still have reservations. Is this person the right person? And it's telling you that they might just be saying this because they think that's what you want to hear. So to be careful. and just to make sure that this person proves their value to you before you agree to anything. All right, and this is the King of Cups. I am my own anchor. And especially with the relationships, like we have to remember that ultimately we have the power to be happy. Actually, fearful is the wrong word. I'm scared we won't end up together because he is great. Oh, well, that's good. So your fear is more that y'all won't be together. But, well, this one is like, well, you heard the message of the card, so I don't need to add any more to it, but just be cautious because, a lot of times our partners, if we push, they will say it just because we pushed it. So this card's just saying just to be cautious. And when the proposal comes, because it's saying that there will be one, when it comes, just to make sure that that's really what this other person wants and isn't just saying it because they feel pressured or because they think that's what you want to hear, what you want to hear. Hey, Aunt Schumann, welcome. I'm so glad to see you here. I'm going to put your name down, okay? And as you say, fearful and scared, that's why you're getting this card. This says, I am my own anchor. So this is your higher power reminding you that you are divine. You have the power within you to control your emotions and your fears because ultimately you're loved. You are so loved. Whether this person is what it is, what you want it to be or not, you're so loved. So this is what the King of Cups says. Emotional stability, kindness, and strength. As a person in your reading, this king represents self-control, the ability to stay calm and centered, whatever is happening around him. In relationships, he can represent the ideal male partner, which is what you're speaking of, or female or male. I'm trying to stay gender neutral. As a situation, the message is to stay grounded when you are in an emotional flux. The more changeable and unpredictable the situation, the more the need to look inward and draw upon your inner wisdom. So your cards are really asking you to seek inward instead of being worried about this other person and their actions. With this comes the balance that is needed to keep moving forward. So I thank you for letting me read for you. I was going to add more, but I don't want to add more because the cards spoke for themselves in this situation. You'll definitely have to come back and tell me like what happens. I love whenever people ask questions and there's a card that lines up. So let me know how it goes. I'm excited. And yeah, I'm glad you could receive that message of being your own anchor and just trying to self-reflect. And if you're feeling fearful of this other person's action, yeah, just balancing, Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Zara, for being here. And the Mono said he was just going home from work. So Elham posted a question too. Oh, Aunt Schumann, I love the love you always bring in this community. Thank you. Will Amir send me a message until October? So you're basically, Elham, just seeking advice on this relationship. Thanks a lot to you, Zara. I really appreciate you. Hey, Thelma from Australia. How blessed are we? I'm going to write your name down, okay, Thelma? I have two more ahead, but if you want to wait around or you're able to, I can read for you. Oh, I lost my stitch marker. I had a stitch marker here. I have plenty more, though. I like to crochet. Look, I made one of these little drawstring bags, and I gifted it to one of my in-person readings the other day. It was her birthday. It was a really good reading. She was sweet. Okay, anyways, I'm Schumann. Okay. Oh, no, on Schumann. I'm sorry. Elham. Okay, but Schumann put the question. Okay, Elham. All right, so you're basically, Elham, just seeking advice on will you get a message from this other person? Okay, I'm going to pray, okay? Yes, I did, though. I wrote down. I'm going to pray, Elham, and then we'll just see what the cards say regarding this message from this other person. My higher power, source, creator ball. Thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Elham as they're seeking words of advice and spirituality in connection to this relationship and whether they'll be receiving a message from this person or not. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in self-love and self-confidence and words of guidance in regards to this relationship that Elham's asking about. And so it is. Amen. Okay, Elham, I'm going to shuffle the deck and then we'll just put the cards down. You know, the Crystal Power deck does have some cards that will say yes to some questions. So we'll see. And I hope if you're wanting the message that it comes. I rid this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I ask that you guide my words and guide this deck for Elham, as Elham is asking about if they will receive communication from this person. I'm so grateful to our higher power. Thank you for guiding us, and thank you for protecting us. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. I see that pretty dress every time you're here, and I'm like, oh, I'm such like a more like tomboy. Well, my husband and I ride motorcycles, so I guess it's like more like I put a little makeup on, I'll straighten my hair, but like I've never been like the princess dress type personality, but I love seeing, you know, those pictures of women and the beautiful dresses like that. All right, your first card is the Five of Cups. I will move forward when the time is right. So I don't know if it's in regards to this relationship that you're asking about, but I'll read it to you and then you can just take it how your higher power intends you to take it. Sadness, loss, and disappointment. This card often comes up in readings to signify a lost opportunity, such as losing out on a job or mourning the end of a relationship. And I can't remember with you, Elham, if this relationship, if you have ended one or what the situation is. I can't remember. Forgive me. I have quite a few people that ask about relationships, so I tend to forget. This 5 can apply to any situation that leaves you bereft. The message here is how you respond, however, because there's still hope. Not everyone has been taken. Look at what remains, reflect on your situation, and see how you might go forward. So if this person that you're asking about a text is in regards to a relationship, they're asking you to just, if you don't get the message you want, just to remind yourself that it's okay. Basically, they're just reminding you that not everything has been taken, and to look and reflect on what you have. It's like attitude of gratitude. Let's be thankful even in hard times for what we have. All right, this is the Queen of Wands. Oh, look, your higher power is like giving. I am naturally creative. So your higher power is turning your mind away from this message, I think, and reminding you how awesome you are. Creativity, self-empowerment, and support. As an individual in your reading, the Queen of Wands expresses her ideas in a tangible way, often through media and the arts. Wise and passionate, she has integrity, and her opinion is highly respected. As a situation, the card is an invitation to express yourself creatively and to know your passions truly, freely, and fearlessly. When you do this, success comes naturally. If you have doubts about creating or promoting a product or service, this card is giving you the green light. And as good communication is highlighted, now love relationships thrive. So Elham, is this a love relationship? And if you don't feel comfortable clarifying, that's totally okay. I'm just curious because I can't remember. I know you've asked me a couple of times, I think, about a relationship, but I can't remember the details. All right, I'm going to look at your last card. I'm inspired to follow my passion. Look, both of these are talking about how great you are and to follow that creativity or that passion that you have. And it's the Ace of Wands. The aces reveal new beginnings. The Ace of Wands shows a fiery new initiative, a new idea or enterprise takes off, and you are inspired to drive forward your vision. This is a quest that speaks to the soul rather than the intellect. So you have a passionate connection to a person, project, or place. A common meaning of the card in the readings is male fertility. The equivalent female card is the Ace of Cups. So either or both cards can indicate future parenthood in a reading. I was looking to see if you had gotten the Two of Cups also. Oh, I don't know. Now I really want to know. I don't know if I lost you or not, or you don't want to speak on it. But thank you, Elham, for letting me read for you. I always appreciate you being here and letting me read for you. And I hope that if you're wanting to receive this message, that it comes for you. And if it doesn't, then just remember that even in the hard times, your higher power loves you so much. And you have this amazing, this one spoke of it. The Queen of Wands, if it's in like that kind of relationship, as good communication is highlighted now, love relationships thrive. None of the cards specifically said yes, but they did speak to I don't want to put words into it. I want to leave it there. I read them, and your higher power had you interpret it as you should. So I don't want to add more. But I don't want to mess it up. I always get worried when I add too much of my gibberish because the cards speak for themselves as your higher power does. So just remember, even if it doesn't come, that you're worthy of everything and more. Thank you for reading. And I always tell people too that we determine our future ultimately. You know, our higher power is at play, but you know, I believe in manifestation, and I believe in the power of our words. And as long as we're seeking the higher good, the highest good for everybody, things will flow naturally, you know. Thank you, Elham. I appreciate you. My doggy are not happy right now. Thank you, Elham. Hey, Sterling, when I see you, I need to check your channel. I'm glad you popped on. I can't do it here, but I need to write a note to go check out and make sure I'm still subscribed to you, because I thought you said you had lost your subscriber count earlier, if I remember hearing correctly. Look, I can go real fast. Sterling, well. Oh no, it says I'm subscribed. Okay, yeah. Okay, never mind. I just wanted to double check so I didn't forget. Okay. All right, thank you again, Elham. And then on Schumann, I wrote your name down, Sterling. If you would like a reading, I've got 2 people, and then I can read for you if you want to. Quit. Hold on, let me put some. Hey, come here. Come here, go. Oh, come here. Go inside. Oh, come here. Sorry, my pit bull she got a little mad. I don't know why. Well, she's a pity, so we found her at it was actually a gas station when she was a little baby, and around here in my area, unfortunately, fighting dogs are, I got you. Let's do 3 though, because I have a list. I just feel bad us spending more time, but we can call maybe. But here, let's do 3 if you don't mind. But I will use the new deck. All right, forgive me, on Schumann. My pack went a little crazy, and my pit bull decided she wanted to not be nice. Come here, little bitty. That was weird. She acted like that. Quit. Okay. Let me see your question. Let me recenter. That was a lot that just happened. All right. What are... Yeah. Hey, quit. Well, I think somebody's here. No, they're not. Okay. Of course. Thank God it's on Schumann, because on Schumann's been here and knows that my pack goes crazy. All right. What are Julie's feelings and next action towards me? She texted me after 4 months of no contact. I remember you asking. Oh, Roddy. I've looked at the Roddies. I wanted a Rottweiler for a long time too. Yeah, and the pit bull. What I was saying is, in this area that I live in, people still fight dogs, and so I think that she was abandoned from a fighting dog ring, because once she got into puberty, she got aggressive, and so we have to separate her from the pack. I'm thinking I should go put them up. I'm gonna try to give them a minute to calm down. Let me go put them up. I'm sorry, on Schumann. Of course, you're amazing now. You always understand. Stay. Go. No. Hold it down. Stop. Hold it down. Okay. No. Oh, I found my stitch marker. Anyways, yeah, so she turned aggressive, so we have to keep them separate. And just then she got mad through we have like an inside fence to separate them, and she got mad. Either way, I'm okay now. And they calmed down. So hopefully I didn't lose you. On Schumann, are you still here? And yeah, sorry about that. For anybody else that's still watching, I'm sure I lost a few during that whole drama of my dogs. I told my husband in our new property, I'm gonna have to have space to where I can be separate from the pack while I'm reading, because that can be intense when Keepop's not here to help. All right, but on Schumann, if you're still here, pop in the chat so I know you didn't leave me during the dog drama, and then I can do your reading. I think you're still here. Usually you hang around. And then after on Schumann is Thelma and Sterling, if they're still here. On Schumann, if you're still here, just pop in the chat for me. And if on Schumann left, then Thelma, let me know if you're still here. And if Thelma and on Schumann don't pop in the chat, Sterling, if you're still here, I can do yours. And then if nobody else comes in, I can actually do a 5-card even. They're so talkative. What is going on with them? Oh, you are there on Schumann. Okay, I see you. I didn't know if you left during the dog drama. Okay, on Schumann. All right, let me see. Let me go back to your question now that I can actually focus. All right, what is this person? Okay, I was interested. So I remember you asked me if this person going to text you, didn't you? So they did text you. And then you want to know how they're feeling in their next actions. Okay. Well, as I've shared before in my readings, that a lot of times the deck might not speak on specifically what this other person will do. Um, and let me see how you worded it. What's their feeling? See, they're not going to specifically tell you like what this person's feelings are and what is their next action. Okay, good. I'm glad I didn't lose you. After on Schumann, you're next, Thelma. On Schumann, let's stick with just guidance on this relationship, right? And I know my Crystal Power deck does have like yes cards in them. So if you want to word your question in a way that's just like a yes or no kind of answer, it might be easier because the deck won't specifically tell you exactly how this person's feeling. You know, they won't be able to go into detail how they feel and exactly what they're going to do next. So, okay. Will they take steps to reconciliation? Okay. I gotcha. Better. Okay. So maybe they'll guide us to let you know whether this person will reconcile with you. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to pray over the deck. My higher power, my source, creator ball, thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Anshuman, as Anshuman seeking advice in this relationship, and if this other person intends on reconciling with Anshuman. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of self-love and self-confidence, but also spiritual wisdom and knowledge in regards to the future of this relationship and possible reconciling. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, I'm gonna cut the deck and then I'm gonna shuffle the deck. The dog's got my brain like, what? I'm gonna shuffle the deck and then just keep an open mind and open heart. Hey, Dorothy. Of course, I can write your name down if you want another reading. Just let me know. All right, I'm Schumann. I've rid this deck of any negativity. I'll write Dorothy's name down real quick, just in case she wants to one. And if you don't, that's okay too. Right. I only speak with words of love, light, and wisdom. I ask that you guide my words and guide this deck for Anshuman as they're seeking spiritual advice and spiritual words for the potential of this relationship and if there's a possible reconciling that might happen with this other person. I'm grateful to our higher power in this community. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. I feel you, Dorothy. You know, ultimately, the tarot and our higher power only tells us usually what we already know, you know, and a lot of times when we have a lot of bad stuff going on, tarot has brought me the most peace then because it reminds me of what a great person I am. And ultimately, we all are good people. Just sometimes we go through crappy things. And I love how our higher power likes to remind us of that during the hard times. So I understand, though, your fear, and I won't pressure you at all, sister. Sweet sister. If you haven't checked out Dorothy's channel, you have to go check her out. She does crocheting, and she's just a gentle soul. All right, on Schumann. This is the Queen of Pentacles. It says, I have everything I need to prosper. Look, on Schumann, look, those heavenly numbers. I love it. The Queen of Pentacles. This is your higher power reminding you if this person doesn't reconcile, then they're missing out. You have such a good aura about you. I can just see when you come in here that you're a good person. All right. Support and sensuality. As a person in your reading, this queen is a helper, full of practical advice and support for friends and close family. She is firmly rooted to her home and naturally nurtures everything and everyone in her circle. Down to earth, she is pragmatic. I haven't had this word before. Pragmatist who values actions over words. As a situation, the card represents excellent management, financial abundance, and giving, and can also denote empathy with nature, children, and animals. The message here is generosity and financial and emotional security. So it's your higher power just reminding you if this person doesn't reconcile with you, somebody's going to come along that serves your every need and every want, because you have everything you need to prosper. That's the power message. Oh, I feel you, Dorothy. I know, I was sad because you have like the cutest, softest voice. I was speaking with my brother Sterling about how cute you are. And maybe when you feel better and you pull out of it, you can put your videos back up or put new ones up. All right, Anshuman, your next card is the Star. I'm inspired and positive about the future. This is a good one. I like this card. A maiden kneels by water at twilight. The 8 luminous stars above her are symbols of hope and guidance, which I know you have because I can tell you're a spiritual being. 8 is the number of change. The 2 pairs of tanzanite rocks placed before and behind her represent balance. The maiden pours water from 2 urns onto the earth and into the pool, signifying the flow of emotions through the past and into the present and future. The star brings inspiration, hope, and healing. Protected and guided, you find your creative and spiritual path. The card indicates that creative projects are beginning to flow and can often denote healing or other therapeutic work. This may be an emotional time when you feel connected with and focused upon your personal goals. So both your 2 cards are speaking to you as an individual, not so much this person and what their actions will be. And I find that our higher power does that when we get fixated on other things, because if we can center ourselves and love ourselves, then we know that everything's going to come our way that we deserve with divine timing, especially in regards to the best relationship for you. All right. This is the 6 of Pentacles. I give and receive for the universal good. So I don't know. Let's read this card first and then we can see. A reunion, a visitor returns. Okay, well, maybe so with this person. This person may be a long lost friend or family member who reappears in your life. Oh my goodness. You share old stories, remember the good times, and rekindle your relationship. Look, you manifested it. It says you rekindle your relationship. I thought your cards were going to be like a no, because they were like really sugarcoating, like, you're great, you're a good person. And a lot of times when the cards validate how good we are, there's some bad news in there sometimes of something we might not want. But this is giving. I can tell though that you're a really good person. The person may be a long lost friend or family member who reappears in your life. You share old stories, remember the good times, and rekindle your relationship. The card also applies to other triggers that take you back to the past, such as a special place or photograph that holds happy memories. Childhood plays a role here too, so there may be a childhood connection that takes you back through the years. Overall, the card shows contentment, peace, nostalgia, and harmony in relationships. You're going to have to let me know, Anshuman. Like, I remember you asking if this person was going to text you. I think you asked me that one time. And now you're asking if you're going to reconcile. So, and this card's kind of speaking like, yeah. So you have to come back and let me know. I appreciate you being here. Yes. That's what I always tell anybody. I believe in the power of our higher power and the connection with tarot. It takes 2 parties. I know our higher powers here, and it just takes the other party accepting it as well. And you do that. You come in and and you speak it, and that's exactly why the cards are so giving. Oh, I appreciate that. I really do. I've been blessed. Luckily, there hasn't been a lot of bad juju in here. I really haven't had any, like one little negative experience, and that was it. I need some guidance regarding opening my higher power. The way I did it, I don't know if you saw, if you've ever done a sleep hypnosis on YouTube, but when I went through a real hard time 6 months ago. I was really depressed and I couldn't sleep. I had a lot of anger in me for the politics in the United States. And I had to do sleep hypnosis. And through that and meditation, I started meditating is how I picked up my spiritual practice. But like, I don't consider myself a psychic. Like, I know there's people that can tell future, like they can go deeper. Like, I'm very new still. I've been practicing for 6 months and the doors are opening more and more. Like, in the beginning, I just knew about spiritual awakening. In the beginning, I just learned about oneness. But like, slowly, what I'm learning through YouTube and through religious texts like Hinduism and Buddhism is about it's bigger than that. There's a lot more out there that we can't see. And so, like, I've learned a little bit about star seeds and just a lot, it's going a little bit deeper, but I'm still very fresh. And I don't consider myself a fortune teller or anything like that. But I do know that I'm really connected with my higher power. I do know that my higher power's got my back, and that, yeah, life is going to happen, but if I stay grounded for the higher good, good will come. The way I connect to my higher self and my higher spirit is through daily meditation. Every night I go to bed, I do sleep hypnosis. And then I also lead with what I call selfless acts. So I try my best in everything I do. Now, I'm not perfect at all, but everything I do, I try to be selfless. Like, what can I do for this? Like, for example, I cooked eggs this morning. Well, a lot of people would just throw the eggshells away, but I had attitude of gratitude. I was thanking the eggs, and I took the shells and I threw them out to give back to the world that gave them to me. So it's like a give and take. Like, and I truly go through my day trying my best to, what can I do for this living thing, no matter if it's my dog or even a non-living entity like my house. Like, I just cultivated this attitude of gratitude, which is what has opened this. Like, I don't have fears now. They still come up, but they're not like they were. I was led by fears before, and now I'm not. When they pop up, I pray about them and they go away a lot quicker. So that's the advice I can give you on Schumann is, if guided sleep hypnosis works for you when you sleep, it helps retrain our brain, and definitely meditation. I meditate every day. Yes, Dorothy, I'm glad you came in, and thank you, on Schumann, for letting me read for you. And I know, like, this is exactly why I started doing these free tarot readings, is because tarot brought me so much peace and connected me to my higher power. And it's on YouTube. Yeah, look, I can show you the name of the guy that I use. He's amazing. Let me share my screen. His name's Michael Seeley, and and it's really innocent, I promise. Hold on. And all it does is speak words of, let me type his name in. All he does is speak words of like self-love and to release fears. Let me click one of his videos. You can literally, like, some people get scared that while they're sleeping that something's going to be said that shouldn't be said, but it's not like that at all. And he's really changed my night. Yeah, this is sleep hypnosis now. And then you can also do it from guided meditation. Like, I type in YouTube guided meditation too. I'm going to share my screen and show you. And Thelma, thank you for waiting. I appreciate you. If you're still here, I hope you are. So this is the guy that I do sleep hypnosis with. And when I started, like, there's an anxiety one. I did the anxiety one. This one, I did it for the longest, but even my husband experienced it. I didn't think it was real, but if you just go into it with the open mind, you truly wake up refreshed. And my husband asked me, he said he woke up early the next day and he was smiling and he was like, did it work? And I said, did you sleep? He said, yeah. And I was like, do you feel happy and calm? And he said, yeah. And I was like, then it worked. Now he doesn't He doesn't do it anymore now, but I need it. I needed to calm my ever thinking brain. And this sleep hypnosis is what led me into doing meditations during the daytime too. So I wake up in the mornings and I pray and I meditate. And then at night I pray and then I do sleep hypnosis. There is some too that if you type in there guided meditation for higher self, there's a lot. I've done those too. And spirit guides, there's a lot. There's a lot on YouTube. So happy meditating. I always get excited. I have another good one. Let me see. Delma, if you're still here, hop on the chat because I know I've been rambling. Let me show while I wait on Delma. I'm going to show you on Schumann another one that I do. Hold on, let me switch accounts. I have a viewer account that I help get my view times up with. So I had to switch. Whispers of the Wild. She's amazing. If you really want to go, like, yes, they work. I can't, look, I'm going to share my screen one more time. I cannot, I always call it magic because that's like before I would have never believed it. I thought it was just heebie-jeebie stuff, but no, it really works. This woman, it's called Whispers of the Wild Official. She has the best spirit allies and higher self meditations. And you can do these when you go to sleep as well. And she has full moon meditations like I always do. Like you can see the ones I've done. Look, she has a shamanic one. This one was amazing. She had the Leo, the new moon one. She just has so many good ones. And she has a lot of followers as well. She's very connected and just a unique soul. Yeah. So those two are my go-tos for sure. All right, Thelma. Thank you on Schumann. And yes, they work. I don't doubt. Yeah, go into it. Like you come into my readings with an open mind. Go into your meditation and your sleep hypnosis with an open mind, and you'll grow so much. But you seem pretty grounded already, so I think you're doing good. Thank you for being here. All right, Thelma, I looked back, but I didn't see if you had posted a question or not. Do you just want a general reading, Thelma, or do you want like a specific question? And thank you for waiting. I appreciate you. Sometimes I get on side rants or my dogs go crazy. Hey, Key Bob. Speaking of you, I was just telling on Schumann about the guided sleep hypnosis. And whenever you asked, if you haven't checked out Key Bob, go check him out. He's an amazing moto blogger as well. I was telling him now about you trying sleep hypnosis and you woke up. I was like, did it work? I was like, did you sleep? Yeah. Are you happy? Yeah. I don't know why you don't want to try it anymore. He likes watching cartoons when he goes to sleep now, or he always has watched cartoons when he goes to sleep. Thelma, I'm not sure if you heard me, but you can type a question or you can type general. I'm not sure. Do you have a question or a general reading? Thank you on Schumann for being here and coming back. And I can't wait to see what happens with this possible relationship. So you'll have to keep me updated. I see you got the message. So I remember you asking about that. And I can't wait to see if you try the sleep hypnosis and the meditation too. You have to let me know how that goes. And Thelma, if you're still there, okay, general, okay. I'm going to pray over the deck, okay, Thelma, and then I'll put 3 cards down. My source, my higher power, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck to help raise the positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I ask that you do the same for Thelma, as Thelma is seeking spiritual advice and spiritual wisdom in regards to her life and journey. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to come in and bring in words of self-love, self-confidence, and to provide abundance, prosperity, wealth, and health to Thelma and their family. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, Thelma, I'm going to shuffle, and then I just want you to have an open mind and an open heart to the message, okay? I rid this deck of any negativity. I always speak with words of love, light, and wisdom. I ask that you guide my words in this deck for Thelma, as Thelma's seeking words of advice for just life in general. I'm grateful to our higher power, and I'm grateful to this deck. When one rises, we all rise. Okay, Thelma. That name, I love it. I'm from Georgia in the United States, so like it reminds me of a very like Southern kind of name. Thelma, I love that. It's a beautiful name. Okay. Your first card is the Knight of Wands. I make decisions without pressure. Oh, that's easier said than done. Like just when I go to the grocery store, I have to call my husband like 3 times. Should I get this or this? He's like, are you really calling me again? All right, Knight of Wands. Action, speed, and impulsiveness. As a person, this knight is dynamic and charismatic, full of fiery energy. As a situation, the card shows an unexpected turn of events, a sudden conversation that moves a stuck situation forward, a sudden attraction and flirtation, a flash of inspiration. Whatever impact the knight has, he brings energy. The advice within the card is not to get too caught up too soon. Take a moment to consider what is an offer before you proceed, or take a moment to consider what is on offer before you proceed. In readings, the card also comes up to show an imminent house move. All right. Your next one is the Knight of Cups. Oh, you got 2 knights in your reading. All right, the Knight of Cups. It says, I know that the right person waits until I'm ready. An offer or other new opportunity comes to you. This may be an invitation or proposal of some kind, which sounds like exactly what you need. The card could show the early stages of a relationship. However, as a person in your reading, this knight is romantic but not practical. So he or she may say just what you want to hear, but forget the practicalities. The message here is to wait and observe and let this person prove his or her value before you agree to any plan. Oh, I see the sweating face. Do I dare ask why? The good thing about general readings is you don't have to elaborate if you don't want to. All right, let's see your next one. All right, this is the Death card, but don't be worried, it's not too extreme. I let go and embrace new beginnings. A tree stands tall at the threshold between seasons. The flower signifies summer growth and the fallen leaves transition. The butterfly with the colors of the 7 chakras signifies fullness before endings. The seedling at the base of the quartz reveals the regenerative power of nature. The plant takes its energy from the tree's roots, which glimmer with phantom quartz crystals, stones of transformation. A situation is coming to an end, and this ending may be out of our control. Death here is not physical death, but transition. This card therefore heralds necessary change that brings new beginnings and opportunities. You can now see the truth and let go, so events may take their natural course. An additional meaning of the card is decluttering and letting go of what you no longer need. If you believe in crystals, this card has the phantom quartz. Phantom quartz is known as a deeply healing crystal associated with growth and transformation. Its phantom or ghost crystals magnify these properties. Linked with the root chakra, phantom quartz brings you security. Whenever you need to feel safe enough to release a situation or person, hold the crystal and breathe in its powerful grounding energy. I let go and embrace new beginnings. Thelma, thank you for letting me read for you. I hope it resonated with you and possibly gave you something to pray or meditate on, whatever your practice is. And I appreciate you being part of this community. Thank you for being here. All right, Sterling, my brother, are you still here? And Dorothy left, so I don't have anybody else on the list. So I should be able to do a 5-card read, Sterling, if you're still here, if I didn't lose you. Welcome if you're new here. You can pop in the chat. Oh, and Jay, Guilty of Crime has a channel as well. And my husband calls it murder porn. If you like court cases and things, go check out Jay. Jay follows a lot of court cases and gives their opinion and just like actually knowledge too, because I know you do a lot of research and I believe you even talk to the families if I'm not mistaken. Thelma, and I can put you down on the list, Jay. Sterling was next, but I don't know if Sterling's still here. So if you want to read it, I can do a reading for you, Jay. Guilty of Crime. Thelma, I feel I'm in the wrong connection and the person I'm with just keeps, oh, no wonder you got the death card, Thelma. Oh my goodness. Yes, no good, no bueno. We have to be with somebody that lines up with our higher purpose, you know. And this card is just reminding you that if closure is needed, that you're powerful enough to make the closure happen. You know, and I'm so sorry. I'm sending you so much love and light because I know what it's like. I told my husband now, I was with 3 serious people before him and they only lasted 3 years. I don't know why. It was my cutoff point, but I would stay with the people. Like the person I was with, I knew we weren't going anywhere and I would stay with them past a year. And it just created so much misery for me and them, you know. Thelma, thank you so much. I really appreciate you validating my practice and validating our higher power, because ultimately that's who's here right now is our higher power. So thank you. And I'm sending you so much love and light. And I hope to see you again. And I hope to hear about all the blessings that are going to come your way. Thank you. All right, Jay, let's see, because I think Sterling hopped off. Let's see. And Sterling, if you're still here, hop in so I know, brother. All right. Yes, I do talk to families of both sides of the cases. So Guilty of Crime has a case show where they do research and they do talk to the families. I like that you talk to both sides because I've seen some that get hung up and don't play both sides, like considering everything. Yeah, let's see. Okay, you want to pull some cards to see what I should look out for. All right, just future guidance in the month of August. Let's do it, Jay. All right, I'm going to pray over the deck, okay? And then we'll go. My higher power, source, creator of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck to help raise the positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I ask that you do the same for Jay as Jay's reaching out just for spiritual guidance and spiritual wisdom for the month to come for them. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of self-love, self-light, and self-positivity. I also call in for words of wisdom and knowledge in regards to what's to come for Jay. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck and then just keep an open mind and an open heart to the message. Thelma, real quick before I start, thank you. And Thelma, you made me think of one of those exes I know what it's like to be with someone like that and not be able to release them, even though you know releasing them will benefit you. So I'm sending you strength. I'm sending you so much strength on top of everything else, Thelma. You can do it. You can do it. You got it. Just remember your higher power is always there with you, okay? Hey, 88 Pearls, I wrote your name down. I'm doing Guilty of Crimes reading, and I can do yours next if you would like a reading. Soul sister, I love it. Thank you for being here. You always bring such good vibes with you. All right, Jay. I rid this deck of any negativity. I only lead with words of love, light, and positivity. I ask that you continue to guide my words for Jay seeking spiritual advice and spiritual wisdom for the times coming up soon. I'm grateful to my deck, and I'm grateful to this community and my higher power. No, ma'am, said that. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, you're welcome. 7 of Wands. I actively hold true to my values. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's see. The 7 of Wands signifies a challenge. Oh, yes, hold on. Let me write down Sean. I'll finish reading this card real quick. Talking about a challenge. I can imagine with you and in your channel. Your channel's so intense. I can imagine the challenges that come with that. You'll have to check out Guilty of Crimes channel if you like court cases and follow things like that. The 7 of Wands signifies a challenge. You may need to fend off a barrage of upcoming demands and requests, or feel you must otherwise actively defend your position. The message is that you be crystal clear about your beliefs and intentions and communicate them precisely so you cannot be misunderstood. Then the situation will not get out of control. Be clear about your boundaries in advance so those concerned know exactly where they stand. An additional meaning is representing a cause you feel passionate about and speaking up in defense of it. Wow, that last little bit there got me, because I know that your heart and soul is invested in these cases as you do research on them. So, hey Sterling, I'll get you after Jay. I was wondering if you were still there. You're after Jay, okay? Since Sterling came back, 88 Pearls, if you don't mind, I'll do Sterling and then you, because he was here earlier. I know you're understanding though, because you're beautiful, so I just know. But yeah, Jay, you're gonna have to let me know. I think it's more just so about your channel and saying for what that last piece of the card is what honed in for me. But anyway, okay, let's see what your next one is. The Ace of Swords. I'm ready for a breakthrough to success. Like whatever, that's validating what's already happened to you. Jay's channel has flew through the roof. Ace of Swords. Oh, and if y'all haven't checked out Sterling Will's channel too, go check out his channel. He's such a positive brother in our community and very uplifting. So you'll have to check out his too. All right, Ace of Swords. The aces reveal new beginnings. The Ace of Swords, the suit of the element of air that relates to the mind, signifies success and truth, clarity, and vision. Whether you're asking about a decision in your favor or a breakthrough that brings you what you hope for, this card is the yes outcome and answer to a question. Whatever you are aiming for, your intellect and logic will help bring you the results you need. Now is the time to harness your ambition. And I remember you kind of speaking to like your dynamic of your channel and like, so I know they're talking about this vision and they're just validating you. And if you had a specific question, like a yes or no question you've been meditating on, they're saying and say yes to that. All right, let's see. And they're just like, they're validating your hard work and everything you put into your channel, Guilty of Crime. All right, Three of Pentacles. When I show my work, others give support. Oh, let's see. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Early success, whatever you are building. Look, your cards are giving, talking about your channel. Whatever you are building or focusing upon is established, or it could be personal too. I know you probably have more going on in your life than just your channel. So this could apply to personal relationships and outside of your YouTube channel. Whatever you are building or focusing upon is established. A relationship or a home, business, or project, such as remodeling your house or yard. This is the card of the artisan who is meticulous and shares it with a willing, appreciative audience. You may find you discuss and negotiate with others to improve your ideas. This is the path for further success and income in the future. I like that, income. An additional meaning is giving a practical demonstration of your skill. Oh, wow. I like your reading. It's such a good reading. Thank you for coming and visiting, Jay. And I hope the card spoke to you and gave you something to look forward to or to meditate or pray over, whatever your practice is. I knew there probably was more going on. Oh, nice. I bet that feels so amazing. I cannot imagine, like, a remodel is just like a whole new life is given to it, right? Oh, I'm excited for you. Thank you. I'm glad that the cards validated that hard work, Like, it's deserving. It's just your higher power seeing, like, hey, I see what you're doing. Oh, of course. Thank you. I appreciate you so much and validating my practice and validating our higher power, because ultimately that's who's here, So I'm sending you so many blessings and I can't wait to see you again. And I definitely have to go check out your new videos because I saw a couple come out. Keep doing what you're doing. Yes. Big hugs to you too. All right, Sterling, brother, you're up. I do have 88 and Sean, so I'm going to do 3. But brother, if you ever need 5 or a private conversation, you just call me, okay? Oh, will my love ever not become toxic? Okay, we'll try. I do have some yes cards in my crystal power deck, but I already know the answer to that. You know it will. You know that we ultimately create what we want in this world, but I know that our brain can get in the way. So let me pray over the deck, okay, Sterling? And then we'll put 3 cards down, okay? My higher power, my source, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Sterling. As Sterling's here seeking words of spiritual advice on his love life and his personal relationships. I call in Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring self-love and self-confidence and to bring words of wisdom of how Sterling can cultivate the life that he really wants. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck and, just keep an open mind and heart to the message. I've rid this deck of any negativity. I only lead with words of love, light, and positivity. I'm grateful to the community, my higher power, and the deck for helping to raise the positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I said you do the same for Sterling. Sterling's seeking spiritual advice and spiritual knowledge over his personal relationships and how to be a better partner to those that he is dating. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. I think, my higher power just reminds me the way I can be a better person in general or a better wife is to have self-love. Once we can cultivate self-love for ourselves, the rest falls into place. All right, let's see. This card is the Fool. It says, I'm guided and protected on my life journey. All right. Walking through a rainbow forest, we find a fool following his dreams. It makes me think of how we talked the other day, Sterling, about even me. I would fall in love so fast. And my son and even Kifov, all of us fall in love so quickly and we become codependent and self-absorbed absorbed in the other person, not self-absorbed, but absorbed in the other person. And that nature is what can become toxic. And it's a way of and that's what I'm thinking of when I start reading this Fool card. And I'll read it more and then I can kind of allow you. Well, you'll probably pick up what I'm getting at once you hear the description of the Fool. Walking through a rainbow forest, we find a fool following his dreams. In his bag are 7 crystals to guide him on his journey, and 7 trees edge each side of the path, symbolizing the 7 chakras. In his left hand, he holds a white flower. This is the one you're head over heels for, right? An emblem of innocence. Distracted by the flower's beauty, he doesn't see the starry void beyond and the risk and adventures to come. Pure and carefree because you're just hopelessly in love ultimately. The Fool is about to fall into an unknown universe. So this card is just reminding you that when you go into relationships, to stay grounded, remind yourself that your higher powers with you, and cultivate that self-love, so that you don't become so entangled in that person and it becomes toxic. I love white women. I cannot with you. Shut up. All right. The rest of it says, a beginning, a fresh start beckons, and an opportunity awaits. So, see, you have so much personality to give. Like a new one's going to come. You're not a person that's going to stay single for long. It's just how do you manage the next one? You may find new work, a new romantic partner, begin a creative venture, or be driven by another passion or ideal. Depending on your circumstances, you may need to approach with caution. Mr. I love white women. Approach with caution. And maybe that's the problem. No, I'm just kidding. You can approach with caution to know the practicalities and explore the options before you take that risk. So just staying grounded before you jump in on that white flower, okay? All right. This card is justice. Sorry, you got me on the white. I cannot with you. Okay. This is the justice card. Let's see. All right. Seated on a throne. I like the wows. Every time somebody gives me a wow, I like pop it up there like, oh, that's your higher power talking to you. Golly, you got me something in my throat. I think that's a stupid comment about the white women. All right. Secured on a throne, justice is the judge or legal authority in action. The plinth card from Sodalai, a stone of communication. Her sword stands for retribution and the scales, mercy. Within the scales are the 7 chakra stones, representing the need for wholeness and balance. Hey, New Way, I'm going to write your name down real quick. The card can, I'm sorry. Justice reveals a decision. Oh, I was wrong. Representing the need for wholeness and balance. She must carefully weigh up the whole story before giving her verdict. Justice reveals a decision in your favor, provided that this is right, fair, and deserving. The card can relate to the outcome of legal matters or signify those who work in the legal profession. Overall, the truth prevails and your situation improves as a result. Justice can also reveal the need to find balance in your life by following your own truth or values. Hey, sick. I cannot. I was already choking on that comment the first time. Now you're going to say it again. I'm going to start choking again. I cannot. Hey, Sean. After Sterling, I have 88 pearls, and then you're next. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate you. These guys are over here talking about I received the annulment. I was wondering if it was talking about that or not, because see, this also talks about balance, which is what the Fool, we're talking about your new relationships. But I was wondering if you got those annulment papers. Oh, wow. Nah, I don't have any words to say when it's like that. Like it just connects, you know? All right, the Wheel of Fortune. I trust whatever the universe brings me. See, you gotta have trust. Like, no, you're not toxic. Like those relationships were toxic, but you're not toxic, you know? The Wheel of Fortune. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune is the wheel of life, a symbol of the workings of fate. Fate, have some faith. It represents unknown possibilities, those things over which we have no control. We can only ride the highs and lows, accepting the cycles of change. 10 pieces of aventurine, a stone of good fortune, mark the movement of the wheel in a swirling crystal cosmos. When the wheel appears, luck improves and you take a step closer to the success you desire. If you have felt challenged or stuck, the card indicates that you will soon be back in the flow as good things come to you more easily and naturally. An additional meaning of the card is psychic work. Look, your cards are giving today. If y'all haven't checked out Sterling or Sig, y'all are going to have to check them out. They both are moto bloggers in such a positive light in mine and Key Fob's community. They're just amazing brothers. Go check out their channels. They're two really badass bikers doing really good things. Hey, Amelia. Yes, I got your question, but I do have a little bit of a list going. Thank you, Sterling, for letting me read for you. And I hope that it resonated with you in some way and just lifted you up. Remember, you're not toxic, brother. You're not toxic. Somebody is out there that's meant just for you. And just have faith, okay? Sean, you can pass on me and I'll ask my question. Okay, thank you, Sean. I'll keep your name on the list, okay? And then when you pop back in, just let me know. And yes, Amelia, I added you down. Oh, thank you, Sterling. I appreciate it. I always love whenever I get to read and it connects with people because it takes both of us, you know. If the other person's like, oh, this is BS, then it's going to be a BS reading, you know, because they're not open to their higher power or the spiritual world. So I'm thankful for you and being open to that side of our life, you know. All right, 88 Pearls, beautiful one. Every time you come in the room, I just like pause because something about you. Sending love, light, protection, guidance, and healing to everyone. See, that's why 88 Pearls, look at that. Like what? I can't remember if you asked a general question or not. Let me see. 88 Pearls, if you want a general reading or a specific reading, hop in the chat and let me know. If you're still here. And after 88 Pearls was Sean, when Sean comes back, and then New Way, and then Sig if Sig stays around, and then Amelia. But I know sometimes the brothers come in just to show some love and support, which I'm forever grateful for. But 88 Pearls, if you're oh, there you are. Oh, thank you. And when I see that you're live, I feel, oh, that makes me feel good because that's what this is about. You know, I ultimately, like, I think I've shared with you that tarot's brought me so much peace and connects me to my higher power that I just want to give that back. I want other people to feel that. I remember going and seeking tarot readers whenever I wanted that connection and couldn't feel it. And they wanted like $100 an hour and I couldn't afford it. And I'm just so thankful that I can hop on here, you know, and do some free readings for people that just want a spiritual connection. So thank you. Thank you for validating that because that's really just what I'm trying to do is just to make others feel happy, good, and spiritually connected, you know. Okay, just a general reading. All right, 88 Pearls. I'm going to pray over the deck and then we'll do a general reading, okay? My source, my higher power, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck. I'm grateful for 88 Pearls as they continue to bring positive vibes into this channel and just help with raising a positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I ask that you provide words of spiritual wisdom and spiritual knowledge as 88 Pearls is seeking that spiritual connection. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of love, light, prosperity, wealth, and health. When one rises, we all rise. Okay, I'm going to shuffle, and as always, just keep an open heart and open mind. I rid this deck of any negativity. I always speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I ask that you continue to guide my words in this deck, for 88 Pearls is seeking spiritual knowledge, spiritual wisdom, and spiritual connection. I'm forever grateful to this deck and my higher power. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. All right. Oh, of course you would get the sun. Oh, thank you. I tried. I remember when I first started praying again, it was awkward at first. I'm like, dear Godfather, like, who am I talking to? Because I truly believe our higher power doesn't have a gender, you know? So, but I was still saying, like, the organized religion teaches us, oh, Father, how. And I sound like a robot. So that definitely took some time of just doing it to become more comfortable, you know? So thank you for validating that. All right, the sun. I am optimistic. Oh my goodness. I'm optimistic and appreciate all I have. Oh, I know. I can feel that from you too. This magical garden is full of lush plants and flowers, signifying growth and the beauty of nature. In bloom, the flowers also symbolize the fullness of success. The card presents the colors of the 7 chakras: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and white, representing harmony and balance. The wall for protection creates the perfect haven. The sun brings the warming sun into your life, beaming happiness. You find success and time to focus on yourself, perhaps literally a holiday in the sun or other opportunities to de-stress and recharge. The sun is also a card of personal growth and self-appreciation. So you feel worthy of and enjoy the good things in life because you're worthy. We all are worthy. An additional meaning is spending time with children and family. And it has the sunstone attached to it. So if you believe in crystals, you can get a sunstone. Sunstones associated with the solar plexus chakra for joy, fertility, and optimism. I'll see you next time. The 10 of Swords. I see the truth in this ending. So I don't know. You know more of your personal life and what's happening, but this card is speaking of some type of ending. Let's see. A sudden ending. This 10 is the conflict-ridden suit of swords, shows an outcome that is unexpected and sudden. In readings, the card often denotes the end of a job or relationship, and although this feels like a fast unraveling, and on reflection, you see that it may have been building for some time. There is a finality here, which suggests the situation or relationship is completely over. This card can also be seen as an aspect of the major arcana card Death. Not literal death, but like the ending of something, which brings a necessary ending so you're able to quickly transition into a new phase. And I also tell people that if it doesn't connect now, it might in the future. Sometimes that will happen too, where a card won't make sense, but then like down the road, you're like, oh, that's where that card came from. All right. The devil, and it's not as bad, like it's not the devil literally. I am free of whatever's holding me back. You got a pretty deep reading today, 88 Pearls. Usually yours are more like the sun card. Let's see. All right, this is the devil. A man and woman dance together. They appear completely absorbed and enchanted, perhaps by forces that are all-consuming. They might release their grip on one another or fall deeper into the dance. The obsidian crystals by their feet are a reminder that they are individuals and not slaves to the situation in which they find themselves. The butterflies and keyholes within the rocks signify potential freedom, which kind of goes back to this too. In the ending, there will be freedom. The devil reveals agreements or responsibilities that stifle or oppress you. This may relate to work or obsessions, affairs, and addiction. Any situation, person, or behavior that restricts you or otherwise takes your amazing energy. However, you do have a choice, and you can be free from whatever binds you or makes you feel powerless. So I'm not sure if that's resonating with you, but if it is, it's pretty deep. I know, like for me in my personal life, I got this card when I was fighting active addiction. I got that quite a few times before I got sober. And I'm not saying that's you because this can relate to many other things in life. Like I said, anything that's stifling your energy is what it's speaking of. But it's just your higher power reminding you that if that is happening, that you're loved, guided, and protected, and you have the strength to break those bonds. And they have the stone obsidian attached. If you like crystals, obsidian is linked with the base chakra for security, money, and identity. So I thank you for letting me read for you. I always feel okay. First card, yes. I'm so grateful and I love going outside to ground. I just can't stand. I know the ants always crawl on me. I'm like, oh. And card 2, letting people go and me moving on. Card 3, me balancing my yin and yang, changing my diet and cigarettes. Yeah. If you've been thinking about that change too and haven't made it happen, that's exactly why it's coming up. Because I remember as I started to get sober, I was already trying to make the changes. I knew I wanted to, and this card just kept coming and reminded me that you can do it. I used to smoke cigarettes too, and look, my diet, I can admit right now, I ate like a whole bag of spicy Cheetos earlier. No fun. And I drank soda way too much this week. And I know that that's not aligning with my higher purpose and my sobriety. I want to be physically fit so that I feel good overall, but that's just the nature of this life. We get stuck on things like that, and spiritual progress, not perfection. So you got this. 88 pearls. Like your higher power is just validating you and telling you that you're worth it, But I know cigarettes are hard. I used to smoke every day too. Luckily, before I got sober, I had already quit cigarettes, but I also smoked a lot of marijuana. And that was hard to quit whenever I got sober. I quit smoking cigarettes, I think 4 or 5 years ago, but I smoked weed every day. Yesterday, I went to the grocery store and I got like a little 5-hour energy. Speaking of bad diets, so 5-hour energies are the worst thing ever. But I got one and it rang up to 420. And my head just giggled. I was like 420 and I said it out loud. And the cashier would just kind of laugh. I was like, I'm sober now. But yeah, I used to be a real bad pothead. We just laughed. Thank you, 88 Pearls, for being here and letting me read for you and connect with you spiritually. And I know those two things are hard, and letting people go is difficult. So I'm sending you so much love and light, and you just keep doing those practices of grounding yourself and connecting with your higher power, and all the rest will happen. You're always loved, guided, and protected. I appreciate you. Hey, Dorothy. Welcome back. All right, Sean, New Way. So Sean, if you're back, you can pop in. And then New Way, if you're still here. And Sick, if you're still here. And then Amelia. So New Way, Sick, and Amelia. And Dorothy, I can write your name back down just in case if you want to have a reading. Oh, chili dogs. That sounds really yummy. We were just talking about diet with 88 Pearls. And I was like, look, I'm not even going to lie. I just ate like a whole bag of spicy Cheetos earlier. And I've been like really trying in my sobriety to only, to eat more vegetables and fruits. And I really want to cultivate a life of living off the land, especially once we move to Florida. And have a little bit of land that we can garden and process wild game off of. But yeah, spicy Cheetos hit me hard today. I'm 30 days sober of alcohol. Congratulations. That's a huge thing. Like what? 30 days is massive. Happy 30 days. Oh my goodness. Yes. I don't know. I'm in the AA community, but there's a lot of programs and some people can get sober without any programs. So I'm not saying like you have to do any kind of program, but like it's in AA, they call it a we program. They're like, no, because it takes us, it takes community. And that's another reason why I love tarot, because it creates a community of spirituality and helping each other rise up. So all that cheesy stuff. Oh, thank you for your story, and thank you for sharing that. I want to pop it up there just so that other people can see it and know that we can ultimately cultivate a life that we want to. I know, right, Dorothy? Wasn't a good one? All right, Sean and New Way, if you're still here, pop in the chat. Sean, New Way, Sick, and then Amelia. Sean, New Way, Sick, Amelia. If any of you are still here, pop in the chat for me. And then if not, if they don't pop up, Dorothy, if you would like one, I can do one for you. If they do pop up, though, I did write your name down under Amelia. And thank you again, 88 Pros, for your positive vibes. I love it. Sean, New Way, Sick, Amelia. There's Amelia. Okay, I'll do Amelia's real quick because I bet you New Way and Sick probably hopped off. Sick usually just comes to say hello and show some love. Amelia. All right. Okay, Amelia, you said you have a question, so you can type your question out for me. And I'm glad you're here. I can't remember if I've seen that picture before. I was trying to see. What does my twin? Oh, yes, I think you did ask about the twin flame. Were you the one who asked about a twin flame the other day? And I will say, the way you word your questions. Okay, Amelia, I got you. Oh, okay. Somebody came in the other day, Amelia, and asked about a twin flame. I will say this, that when you word questions like that, the tarot won't like tell you this is how the other person's thinking. There are some cards that say yes to questions. So what I would do is try to reframe your question to maybe a yes question. Because it won't specifically tell my tarot. I know there's probably other tarot readers out there that do that, but mine just doesn't specifically say what somebody's thinking. Or I could just do a general reading. I just want to forewarn you. I don't want you to think that, I'm going to be able to tell you what this person's thinking. So like, if you want them, maybe a feeling or something that do they have feelings? So are you wondering about romantic feelings? I'm just trying to clarify before I pray about romantic feelings. Is that what are you asking, does this twin flame have romantic feelings towards me? Okay, I gotcha. Okay. Because, yeah, twin flame, if I remember reading, it's like that connection. Like I remember seeing, this is the second time I saw twin flame. I love how my higher power just puts things in my path when I'm ready to receive them. Because if you would have told me twin flame 6 months ago, when I was just learning about spiritual awakening, I would be like, that's BS. But now my mind is like, nah, that's a thing. Okay. Does my twin flame have romantic feelings for me? Okay, I got you. All right, let me pray over the deck, okay, Amelia? My higher power, my source, creator of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck to help raise the positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I ask that you do the same for Amelia, because Amelia is seeking spiritual advice and spiritual wisdom in regards to their twin flame and their possible feelings towards her. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of self-love and self-confidence, and also words of wisdom as to how her twin flame possibly feels about her, or if they have feelings towards her. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, Amelia, I'm going to shuffle the deck, and while I shuffle, I just want you to have an open heart and an open mind to the message. I release any negativity from this deck. I only speak words of love, light, and wisdom. I'm grateful to this community, our higher power, and the deck for guiding my words. I said you do the same for Amelia. Amelia is seeking advice, spiritual wisdom in regards to her twin flame, and if that twin flame has feelings for Amelia. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. I mean, if it's a twin flame, they got to. That's what I read whenever I saw that the other day. I was like, twin flame. And I really think that my husband and I, we've been together over a decade. Like, I feel like we're twin flames, and I feel like he's a star seed. I could always call him my indigo baby, because there's a indigo baby star seed. Oh Lord, look, you got the death card. No, it's not that bad though. It's like the end of something. So, and it might not necessarily be this relationship. Are y'all friends now? All right, let's see. But the death card does signify the end of something, not literal death, but I'll shut up and read it. Just give me 1 second. All right, death. A tree stands tall at the threshold between seasons. The flowers signify summer growth and the fallen leaves transition. The butterfly within the colors of the 7 chakras signifies fullness before endings. The seedling at the base of the quartz reveals the regenerative power of nature. The plant takes its energy from the tree roots, which glimmer with phantom quartz crystals, stones for transformation. A situation is coming to an end, and this ending may be out of our control. Death here is not physical death, but transition. And this might not be in regards to this relationship. Ultimately, you just connect with your higher power and receive it where it applies in your life. Or sometimes with tarot, it might come up in the future and then it might make sense, Death here is not physical death, but transition. This card, therefore, heralds necessary change that brings new beginnings and opportunities. You can now see the truth and let go, so events may take their natural course. An additional meaning of the card is decluttering and letting go of what you no longer need. And it could even apply to like things just in your life that don't align with your higher self, like ending something to create a pathway for your higher self. All right, let's see. This is the Hierophant. I am ready to love and learn. Well, it sounds like it, talking about this twin flame. Let's see. The Hierophant is the spiritual leader and teacher. Hey, Sean, after Amelia, I can jump on, do yours. The Hierophant is the spiritual leader and teacher, a mediator or bridge between heaven and earth. Her wisdom, signified by the open book, is shared with all and comes through love and learning. The magical key denotes opening the heart to knowledge. In her right palm and her third eye chakra is amethyst. I actually have my amethyst because I just pulled this card before these readings. And you talk about twin flames. I know this is true. Her wisdom, signified by the open book, is shared with all and comes through love and learning. The magical key denotes opening the heart to knowledge. In her right palm and her third eye chakra is amethyst, a crystal of spirituality, insight, and healing. The Hierophant card holds diverse meanings: togetherness and marriage, education, and spiritual teaching. However, you may interpret this card in your reading. The overarching themes are self-alignment and self-improvement through a relationship, work, or more formal learning. At a personal level, there's a sense of peace and togetherness in mind, body, and spirit. So it's not speaking yet on this twin flame, but it's just a peaceful reading though. So I think it's just your higher power, like, it's okay. You got this. Let's see what this one is. 8 of Pentacles. I dedicate myself to what I believe in. Hard work and dedication deserve success and positive outcomes. Ooh, positive, especially if you want this thing. This 8 denotes high levels of achievement in work, educational, or personal goals and projects. You master a skill or are master of a situation because you've devoted your time and energy wholeheartedly. Specifically, the card can also show the successful completion of examinations and the end of a period of apprenticeship. In general, it can arise in a reading to show someone who has attained good qualifications and has high standards in all they do. So your reading didn't give a yes to this specific question, um, but I hope that it spoke to you in a way and made connections with you, give you something to meditate or pray over. And I, of course, appreciate you reading for or letting me read for you and connect with you spiritually. And if you want this relationship to be more, I'm sending you so much positivity and manifesting whatever serves the higher purpose. Thank you, Amelia. I appreciate you. All right, Sean. So I can't remember, Sean, did you have a specific question or did you just want a general reading? Okay. What's your question? And I always warn people, try to word it as like a yes or no question. And we can try. I won't always answer, as you saw with Amelia's reading. Sometimes our higher power wants us to self-reflect instead of worrying about other people sometimes because maybe we have inner work to do is the only reason I can think of. Heavy heart chakra. Heavy chest on and off today. Oh, I'm sorry. So a heart chakra reading. Okay, so just trying to I'm trying to see. So I'm trying to word it. Think of the wording. Are you worried like if your heart, like literal heart is healthy because you've had a heavy chest, or are you just saying like emotionally, like metaphorically, like love, or is it physically you're worried about the health of your heart? What is it? Okay, spiritually, heavy chest on and off, and wanting to see spiritually why you might be feeling this. Okay, I gotcha. All right, let me pray, okay? My higher power, my source, creator of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I said you do the same for Sean, as Sean is a spiritual being seeking words of wisdom, love, and light. Sean seeking spiritual advice for their chest as they felt heavy throughout the day and they would like answers as to where this heaviness may be coming from. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in love, light, and positivity and words of wisdom and words of spirituality to guide Sean in this given situation. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck, and I just want you to have an open heart and an open mind to the message, okay? I rid this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I said you guide my words and guide this deck to help Sean in this moment of wondering what's happening inside and why they're feeling this heaviness in their chest or their heart chakra. I'm grateful for this community and our higher power for guiding my words in the deck. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. All right, this is the Eight of Wands. I manifest multiple opportunities. Let's see. News, messages, and energy. Eight, number of change, and the passionate, driven suit of wands signifies news that creates new opportunities. It's the card of communication, and events begin to speed up. So if you have been waiting for a decision or other news, this is highly likely now. In general, there will be more emails, text, and other messages arriving. Travel is also favored. Like, oh, I wish I had that card. So this busy card brings opportunities for frequent trips for work and short breaks for leisure. The advice here is to pause and consider your options rather than respond impulsively. So you know more deep about what's going on in life. So I'm going to leave that message there for you to just do with it how you feel it fits. All right. Your next one is the Ace of Pentacles. I'm always rewarded for all I do. Sounds like it. Since you got the travel card, I'm a little jelly. Ace of Pentacles. The aces reveal new beginnings. Wow. Both of those cards are kind of talking. That may be why you're having a heavy chest. Maybe like your body knows something new is happening. I don't know. The aces reveal new beginnings. The Ace of Pentacles denotes a tangible gift or other material gain that enables a new adventure or direction. You can now establish what you choose. This gift may come in the form of money, new work, or a new contract, or new property. The card often shows a successful job interview or a house purchase or a move that brings security and a sense of belonging. You are set to expand your empire. I'm always rewarded for all I do. I don't know. It sounds like you got a lot going on, though. Not sure if you actually do. But yeah, my chest would be feeling heavy too if I had, like some of those things going on. All right, let's see what's next. The Ace of Swords. I am ready for a breakthrough to success. Like, what? All right. Ace of Swords. And you got the two aces. The aces reveal new beginnings. Like, Sean, what are you doing? Now I'm interested because your cards are like, no wonder your chest is heavy. Like, they're saying something about a bunch of new stuff happening. The aces reveal new beginnings. The Ace of Swords, the suit of the element of air that relates to the mind, signifies success, truth, clarity, and vision. Whether you're asking about a decision in your favor or a breakthrough that brings you what you hope for, this card is the yes outcome and answer to a question. Whatever you're aiming for, your intellect and logic will help bring you the results you need. Now is the time to harness your ambition. So that's what it's telling you. I'm going to leave it there because you know more about what's going on in your life, but your reading is pretty giving as far as like a lot of new things happening for you or deep things possibly happening, big things. So yeah, my I would feel pretty heavy too. Thank you for letting me read for you, Sean. And I know with big life changes, if that is what's happening, a lot of feelings come up. Feel the feels, though. And always remember, we're loved, guided, and protected, and your higher power has you. Like, you're the divine. You're worthy of all of it, all of the good things. Thank you for letting me read for you. All right, New Way, Sick, and if New Way and Sick are here, then Dorothy, how would I open my heart chakra with all of this? Oh, Lord, that's a good question. I do a lot of meditation and I do sleep hypnosis. On YouTube, I literally Google guided meditations, and you can put in guided meditations for heart chakra, or you could look up to see if I do sleep hypnosis, but I know they have sleep hypnosis for like chakra realignments. So I bet they have one for the heart. And then another thing is I was thinking is I know there's a crystal, like there's crystals that are connected specifically to the heart chakra off the top of my head, because I am pretty fresh, like 6 months into all of this. So I don't have one memorized, but if you Google heart chakra crystals, look, I think the full card, let me see. I was gonna try. If you believe in crystals, though, you can go to a metaphysical store too and get a crystal that aligns with your heart chakra. Yeah, I'm sending you so much love and light, Sean, and I know that ultimately we manifest what we want, right? So you can open up that heart chakra by meditating, praying, and whatever practice fits you. You know, I'm excited for you. You're gonna have to come back and tell me what's going on. There's been some people here that asked the cards like if they were pregnant, and like somebody got a yes, and I was like, please come back and tell me. Like I don't deny my higher power in the message, but then I'm just like, hey, I want to know. Thank you for reading for me. How do you know when it works? Oh, I've never tried to just open one chakra or whatever. I do chakra realignings when I feel like my emotions are controlling me. So the way I know what I'm doing is working is like when I'm not angry and pissed off at the world, because that was like I'm sober, so I was an alcoholic and an addict, and if I don't meditate and pray and do sleep hypnosis, my emotions and my addiction will come back full force. So I've never focused on just one chakra, but I know my practice is working whenever my thoughts throughout the day are selfless thoughts of other people, other like animals, or even entities like my house. Like I know my practice is working whenever my mind is lined up with good and not hate and resentment or fear. So I don't know if that kind of helps to clarify things. And I know I was very fear-based as well before. I hope that you find spiritual clarity in this, and you can. It just takes practice. When I was actually did a moto vlog video earlier, and I spoke on that. I'm not going to say that when I wake up, I'm like, oh, yay, I can't wait to meditate. My natural ego just wants to before I was a pothead, smoke a bowl. Not as much now, though, luckily, because I have a program of recovery at work. But that's what I'm trying to get at, is that my ego still is there. My ego is like, I'd rather eat a really fattening breakfast than meditate. But whenever I do meditate, I'm able to be more successful, and I'm able to good things happen because I'm able to be a better person. I don't know if that makes any sense. And my fear doesn't control me anymore because I meditate and I pray. I nearly lost my incense. I'm really sending you so much peace, Sean. I know that that's a pretty deep reading, and I know that you're trying to seek more spirituality, but you can do it. Look, I was like the least spiritual person. Religion really turned me, and I lost connection with God, and I'm so spiritual now. Yeah, either way, I'll quit rambling. I know you get it, and I know good things are going to come your way. All right, Dorothy, if you're still here and want a reading, I can do a reading for you. I think New Way's gone. So Dorothy, if you're still here, you can pop in the chat. Sweet thing. Or anybody else that's watching and wants a reading can pop in. Would like you to pick the question for the cards. Oh, goodness. I don't know. Let me see. You said that you've been having pretty deep things going on. So we can ask our higher power just to guide guide you spiritually. Because if we have a lot of deep stuff going on, I know that can be spiritually draining. And so I'll just do that, like to guide us in our actions to stay spiritually aligned and positive. Okay. Does that sound okay? Okay, sounds good. And I'm sending you so much love and light, sister, because I know when life gets lifey, oh, it's hard. It's hard. So I'm sending you healing vibes. My source, my higher power, creator of all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I said you do the same for Dorothy, as Dorothy is seeking spiritual connection and spiritual wisdom in regards to just how to stay grounded and peaceful during a little bit of upheaval in her life right now. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in healing, love, self confidence, words of wisdom and knowledge, and just grounding for staying spiritually fit during demanding times. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, Dorothy, I'm going to shuffle thinking of you, and I just want you to have an open heart and an open mind to the message, okay? I read this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and wisdom. I'm thankful for this community. I'm thankful for Dorothy as she comes in and brings such a joy to this community. I said you guide the cards to help her see how she can stay spiritually grounded during a little bit of upheaval in her life right now. I'm thankful for our higher power helping to raise the positive vibrational fields of the world we live in. When one rises, all rise. Okay. All right, your first card is the Page of Swords. Look at the pretty butterflies. I know, I don't think y'all can see it very well, but I need to get a better. Sometimes the cards look so clear to me, and then other times it's like, I don't think they can see that. I take care of the detail and stay in control. Look, the cards are just validating you that you can stay in control and you can take care of the details. Hey, SK, I'm doing Dorothy's reading, but if you would like one after Dorothy, I can do a reading for you. Welcome. I'm happy you're here. All right, Page of Swords. Details, information, and contracts. This page, as a person, has a sharp mind. He may be entertaining, but at his worst can be the cause of barbs and gossip. As a situation, the card asks you to be mindful of all official documents, from contracts to application forms. Pay attention to the detail so the information you give is clear and complete. In relationships, the page can denote irritation and small arguments. If that's what's going on, I'm sorry, because I know relationships can be hard. Excuse me. More generally, the card can show the need to be vigilant so a solution does not escalate. And I know you said a lot of things are going on. So this is just validating that and just reminding you stay calm. Easier said than done, but just try to stay calm and stay balanced. Yeah, it's Kay, of course. Oh, and thank you for throwing a like in there. I was wondering why people put a number. Now I see why. It's the number of the like. I haven't been doing lives that long, so I'm like, why do they put a number? And now I get it. Sorry, I'm an airhead sometimes. All right, Dorothy, your next card is Page of Cups. Oh, you got two pages. I'm as young as I choose to feel. Thank you for liking us, Kay. I appreciate you. I'm as young, and going back to youthfulness will keep us out of our own head. That's my doctor talking to you. As a person in your reading, this page is often a young person who's imaginative, sensitive, and highly intuitive. As a situation, he denotes new positive influences. There is fun and good conversation to be had, which makes you feel re energized and even young again. The card often heralds a phase of lighthearted enjoyment. I can see that about you, about how you can have that part of you. When life flows, and you feel less burdened by the usual responsibilities. So it's just reminding you to keep in that childlike, it's okay. Look, as you share that you get anxious, this is reminding you just to go back to that childlike mentality. Because as kids, we weren't worried about anything, you know. And I know anxiety used to rule me, and it takes practice and it still creeps in. It takes practice just to remind myself that I am a beautiful person, just as you are. I'm worthy of everything and more, just as you are. And speaking those affirmations on a daily basis. Meme. It says, look, you're talking about, I feel anxious. Look, it says, when this page comes into your reading, you may also make a new friend. So if you were terrible at the last relationship, don't give up. Oh, Dorothy, I get that. It's like that fear, though. When we live in the fear, is when things can't line up for us because we're manifesting it. Our actions and our mind has very powerful things. And I remember learning, even in like psychology, to be a teacher about self-fulfilling prophecies. And it's true. What we speak and how we think is truly what will happen. So if you're waiting, and I know this is easier said than done. I'm by no means perfect. Trust me, I think the worst a lot of times still. And I have to constantly remind myself that if I'm thinking the worst, then the worst is exactly what's going to happen. So when those thoughts creep in, you just have to be gentle with yourself and remind yourself that you're worthy of so much more than that. And that, if that relationship doesn't work out, then it's not meant for your higher purpose. All right, let's see your last card. The Eight of Swords. I release myself from self-inflicted, but look, just as you were talking about that, it says self-inflicted binds. So you're self-inflicting these chains. You can't flourish in your relationship because you're letting your fear control you. So this is validating that. And it's your higher power saying, you don't have to. You can set yourself free. You're creating that bondage, which I did too for so many years. And it wasn't, it's not like I just changed overnight. It took a lot of meditation, a lot of prayer, a lot of just trying to be a better person. Like I used to have so many enemies, and I started praying for what I deemed as enemies. Now I don't deem them as enemies. I just see them as sick people. If they're hurting people, they're just sick. And I pray for them, And all of those things have cultivated me to be able to let go of some of the bondage I've created for myself. All right, the Eight of Swords. Restriction, fear, and negative thinking. This eight often signifies feeling trapped and powerless. However, you may unknowingly be sabotaging yourself by taking on the role of victim. It may be time to reclaim your power by examining the causes of the situation, which you've already done. Like you're saying, I get anxious and I cause the ends of relationships, rather than accepting your position. You can think your way out of this now and make a change. An additional meaning the card in your reading is being with someone who's emotionally unavailable, so the relationship becomes a test. But I feel like this reading is more towards you're creating, restricting fear, negative thoughts, It's a weird thing because I'm okay after it happens. It's like it already happened. And of course you're okay because you already said it was going to happen. Like you ended the relationship in your mind before it ended. So you're like, oh, whatever. It was already over anyways, I get that though, because I'm human and I've done those same things. Like for me, it was through addiction. I kept myself in bondage through addiction. And for you, you're keeping yourself in bondage because you're living fear-based, you know. If you ever tried sleep hypnosis, I always speak so highly of guided sleep hypnosis. And I shared Michael Seeley's channel earlier. That's he has like 1 million followers. And it's just sleep hypnosis that guides our subconscious brain of how to not self-sabotage and how to love ourselves. Well, of course, whenever they're emotionally unavailable, it's like, oh, I'm fine because you're already not here anyways. Oh, Dorothy, I'm sending you so much love and light. And I know that you can work through this. Just find things that keep you grounded and keep you peaceful. Okay. And SK, you can ask your question now. Thank you for waiting. Dorothy had a pretty deep reading, so I appreciate your patience. And Dorothy, if you haven't tried sleep hypnosis, try that. That really helped me retrain my brain. Like my brain really needed some retraining, and meditation helps too. SK, what are this person's feelings for me? We are friends. Okay, Shrey. Sag. Sag. Is that how you say it? Sag. Am I saying it right? Or Shrey. Sag. All right. Well, what I typically tell people is that the tarot cards won't specifically say, oh, thank you, Dorothy. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Oh, I see what you're Sagittarius. My bad. Sorry, SK. Shrey. I hope I'm saying it right. Shrey. And you're a Sagittarius. Okay. What I typically tell people is the tarot readings that I do typically won't tell you how this person feels about you. Now, there are some cards in here that have yes on them to answer a yes question. So you could word it, does this feeling, I guess you did does this person have feelings for me? So basically, you just want to know, do they have feelings for me? Okay. And then sometimes, like somebody asked that, and the cards did not give this person an answer. So just forewarning you, sometimes they'll give an answer. Oh, wait. No. No what? Oh, y'all stop talking. Okay. I see. So okay. Well, the deck won't like elaborate on how this person feels about you. I'm trying to think of how to, like, they're not going to be like telling you why this person isn't texting you, you know. But if you have okay, yeah. Oh, like, okay, let me just pray over it and put 3 cards down. You're basically just seeking spiritual guidance and advice for what's going on in this relationship, because even though you aren't talking, it was a relationship at one point, right? Or either way, friendship, relationship, you know, y'all were connected in some way, right? Thank you, Bob. Go get them. Go get them. Okay, I got you. Okay. Okay, SK, I'm going to pray over the deck and then we'll just see what our higher power has for us, okay? My higher power, source, creator of all, thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you continue to do the same for SK, as SK is seeking spiritual advice and wisdom regarding this relationship and the feelings of the other person involved. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to provide words of wisdom and self-love and self-confidence and clarity. This person is just seeking some clarity over this relationship they're asking about. When one rises, we all rise. Okay, SK, I'm going to, and can you confirm with 1 card if it's ended for me? You too, Dorothy, thank you. So you just want me to put one card down. Has it ended for you? Okay, I can do a 3-card read and we'll just see. I'm trying not to complicate it. Hey, Manisha, I remember you. I had somebody else today about a twin flame too. I'm going to put your name down. You can go after SK. All right, SK, I'm just going to put 3 cards down and we'll just see how it goes. And then, yeah, I don't want to complicate it. Okay, all right, let's see. I've rid this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I'm thankful to my higher power and this deck for guiding my words and helping to raise the positive vibrational field. I ask that you help guide my words for SK as they're seeking clarity on this given situation and relationship. When one rises, we all rise. Yeah, well, and ultimately, like I tell people, like I do not consider myself psychic or clairvoyant. I'm just spiritually connected. And a lot of times when people ask about other people, their cards don't give them anything regarding the other person, and they give everything about the person asking because I really love tarot because it taught me about me and it taught me how about self-reflection, and then that helped guide the rest of the world. So I know a lot of tarot readers maybe do or maybe are psychic. I'm definitely not psychic, or I just have a spiritual connection. So if your cards are like calling for self-reflection, that's the reason why. All right, let's see why though. I mean, let's see what they are. All right. Your first card is the 3 of Pentacles. When I show my work, others give support. It sounds already like a self-reflection reading. Let me see. I can't remember though for sure. Early success, whatever you are building or focusing upon, is established. A relationship or a home, business or project, such as remodeling your house or yard. This is the card of the artisan who is meticulous and shares it with a willing, appreciative audience. You may find you discuss and negotiate with others to improve your ideas. This is the path to further success and income in the future. An additional meaning is giving a practical demonstration of your skills. So this card isn't speaking at all to this relationship that you're referring to, but it is validating early success, and maybe whatever you're focusing on your personal life, it's validating that it's been established. And yeah, it's so funny when they do that. Sometimes they'll read the relationship and sometimes they won't. Let's see what's next. The Fool. Somebody asked about relationships earlier and got this card too. I'm guided and protected on my life journey. All right. And this is your higher power telling you maybe that your mind is in the wrong place. Walking through a rainbow forest, we find a fool following his dreams. In his bag are 7 crystals to guide him on his journey, and 7 trees edge each side of the path, symbolizing the 7 chakras. In his left hand, he holds a white flower, an emblem of innocence. Distracted by the flower's beauty, he does not yet see the starry void beyond and the risk and adventures to come. Pure and carefree, the fool is about to fall into an unknown universe. A beginning, a fresh start beckons, and an opportunity awaits. You may find new work, a new romantic partner, begin a creative venture, or be driven by another passion or ideal. Depending on your circumstances, you may need to approach with caution to know the practicalities and explore the options before you take that risk. Oh, I lost my crystal under the couch. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'll have to get it later. I have my amethyst still. But either way, so this card is just, asking you to be cautious with what you're doing and maybe center your thoughts. If your thoughts are running a little all over the place, it's just calling for balance and caution about decisions that you're making. All right, and this is the Eight of Cups. I accept my situation without resistance. And that might be because, like, if this person stopped talking to you, I don't know if you're wanting them to talk to you, and it might be like you lacking willingness to accept it. Let me see. I'm going to read it, and then you just take it for how it resonates with you. A change of heart, moving on. 8 is the number of change, and it signifies a change in your life as you transition from one place or situation to another. You may have hit a wall, knowing you cannot progress any further, so the only option is walk on. Overall, this 8 signifies change that is needed, and it comes quietly without soul searching. This card's message is about accepting the way things have turned out and knowing the right time to make a move. Thank you, SK. And I'm sending you so much love, light, healing, and positivity, because I know with any relationship, whether friendship or more, that when communication stops, there's healing to happen and letting go that needs to happen. So I'm sending you so much love, light, and positivity. And just remember that you're worth it, and the divine is within you, and you have community, you have a higher power to lean on. Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you. All right, Manisha, you're up next. I asked you yesterday about the twin flame. I know it's feelings. So I always warn people that they're not going to like tell you exactly how this person is feeling. Oh, angel numbers. By the way, lately I've been seeing some things like 242. I've been seeing 111 a lot lately. And I read online that it means I'm manifesting. And I am when it comes to our property that we're buying. 444 angel numbers and brown butterfly got into my room at night. Oh, they were coming to visit you just to remind you that you're always. Wow, SK, the spirit world is talking to you. I love it. I always get giddy, like whenever we connect with our higher power. You know, it always makes me smile. I lost my zebra stone under the couch, and now I'm like dying to get it. Oh, I got it. I don't think it's a zebra stone. I said it wrong. Let me say again. It's the cutest stone. A tree agate. Where did I get zebra stone? It's a tree agate. It's so pretty. I always use it when I read. Oh, the meanings? No, I don't. I'm only like 6 months into this spiritual tarot kind of thing. I have to Google them. So you can, I definitely even had to Google my 111s I was getting. So I would suggest just Google it, okay? And there's so many spiritual websites out there that let us connect with that. I'm sorry, I don't know though. I'm sending you so much love. You seem like a very spiritual person. All right, Manisha. Okay, so Manisha's feeling unbalanced about her twin flame. All right, let's word it like, because you know my deck doesn't usually speak on how other people are feeling, just because they're not here to approve for us to cross into their feelings, you know. But sometimes if people ask like a yes or no, so like, are you wanting to know, like, does he like you, like romantically, or like if you could word it into a yes or no question, it might make it a little bit easier, and it still might not be answered, you know. Oh, thank you, Manisha. I appreciate that. I decided to take a shower. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate you. So are you asking, does this twin flame have romantic feelings towards you? Is that what you're asking? Just so I could clarify. his feelings for me and how he is doing. Is he okay? Okay, I can pray over it and we'll ask. It might not speak too much on him, but we can try. All right, let's see. Manisha. My source, my higher power, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Manisha, as Manisha is asking and seeking spiritual advice and wisdom on her twin flame. They're asking does the twin flame have feelings towards Manisha? And they're asking, how are they doing? I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of wisdom and serenity and knowledge in regards to Manisha's twin flame. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the deck, and I just want you to have an open heart and open mind, okay? I rid this deck of any negative energy. I always speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I ask that you guide my words and guide the deck to provide Manisha with spiritual knowledge and spiritual wisdom in regard to their twin flame and their feelings and how they're doing. I'm very thankful to the community, and I'm thankful to my higher power and the cards for helping me to raise the positive vibrational fields. When one rises, we all rise. It's crazy that that's like the second person I've had about twin flames recently. Now, I told you the other day when I was doing it, I really want to. And when the other person came in earlier asking about the twin flame, I was like, wait, were you the one who asked me the other day? And it was somebody different. So, because I don't hear about twin flames a lot. So, all right, the first one is the Eight of Cups. I accept my situation without resistance. And sometimes the deck will call for self-reflection when we're seeking for other people's, knowledge or like how they feel. Sometimes it'll just tell us to reflect inwards and try not to worry about the other person so much, because the worrying can guide us in a negative way. A change of heart, moving on. 8 is the number of change, and it signifies a change in your life as you transition from one place or situation to another. You may have hit a wall, knowing you cannot progress further. So the only option is to walk on. Overall, this 8 signifies change that is needed, and it comes quietly without soul searching. This card's message is about accepting the way things have turned out and knowing the right time to make a move. So I don't know the depth of it, so I'm going to leave it there so that you just take it in how it's meant to be taken for you or received by you. Somebody earlier asking about like a relationship got this card too, the Fool. I'm guided and protected on my life journey. So this card is I'll just read it so you can receive it how you need to receive it. Walking through a rainbow forest, we find a fool following his dreams. In his bag are 7 crystals to guide him on his journey, and 7 trees edge each side of the path, symbolizing the 7 chakras. In his left hand, he holds a white flower, an emblem of innocence. Distracted by the flower's beauty, he does not yet see the starry void beyond and the risk and adventures to come. Pure and carefree, the fool is about to fall into an unknown universe. So, this is saying be careful about getting overly invested in other people and trying to ground yourself. Hey, Heaven. Yeah, I'm going to write your name down. I'm free after this reading, okay? All right, Manisha. A beginning, a fresh start beckons and an opportunity awaits. So I don't know, maybe this twin flame does have feelings. A fresh start beckons, a new opportunity awaits. You may find new work or a new romantic partner, begin a creative venture, or be driven by another passion or ideal. Depending on your circumstances, you may need to approach with caution, but this is warning you just to be careful because the fool you can see is being distracted, but look what's in front of him because he's not seeing it though. To know the practicalities and explore the options before you take that risk. So just be mindful and be grounded. Ultimately, we just all have to stay grounded in our decision making. All right, your next card is the Magician. I manifest perfectly what I desire. And I know if you believe in twin flames, surely you have to believe in manifesting. If you don't, you better. No, I'm kidding. It's all about to each their own. But I love how powerful our words are and our actions are and how we can manifest exactly, but I also found that with manifestation, I have to be selfless in it too. And we have to be careful what we ask for as well. The magician is at work performing a ritual. The tip of his wand touches the infinity symbol, signifying his connection to universal energy. His left hand points downward, bringing celestial energy to earth. On his table are his resources, the sword, pentacle, cup, and crystal wand, which represent the four suits of the tarot's minor arcana. In the center of the altar is a citrine crystal ball, empowering the magician's intentions to manifest what he desires. The magician brings energy to any situation. The card tells you that now is the time for action. You will receive messages, offers, and even long-awaited news. So I don't know, maybe this twin flame is like, okay, let's do it. In work and personal projects, you may feel inspired to bring a dream a step closer to reality. As every area of life speeds up, travel is also auspicious under the magician's influence. Overall, positive and dynamic changes in the air. So, as I said, it's not speaking to like specifically how this person's doing, but it is speaking like really good vibes on it. You're going to have to tell me how this progresses. Thank you for being here again and coming back and being part of this community. I appreciate you. And thank you again. I'm excited to see what happens with this twin flame. So like, I'm like so curious. Are y'all dating or like what? Like, because you said that I am. Oh, okay. Well, good. Look, I need to shut up. Sometimes I just have to know when to shut up. And just let the higher power and the cards speak it, not try to speak anything else into it. So thank you for validating that. And I will not pry. Look, sometimes I'm like, okay, wait. But I can't wait to stay connected with you and hear how it turns out. You're worthy of everything. We have the divine within us, and so do you, and you're totally worth it all. Okay, Heaven. I love that name. Obsessed. I love reading. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay. Let me shuffle. I don't know why I don't know why I decided to shuffle, but let me do the shuffle one more time, and then I'll pray over the deck. Okay. And thank you, Manisha. Again, I'm sending you so much love, light, and positivity. I love reading. Okay. I like it when they're general like that because when they get specific, they're like, does this person have like? So I'm always like, well, they're not gonna say this. So I like it when they. Yes, please do. Thank you. I'll know when my ears are ringing, Manisha, that you're speaking of me to your twin flame. I'm excited for you. All right, Heaven. I'm gonna pray. Okay. My higher power, source, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Heaven as Heaven is seeking spiritual connection, wisdom and words for their love life right now. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to provide words of self-love, self-confidence, and wisdom and knowledge for Heaven in their love life. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Look, I even wanted to get wordy with the prayer, and I was like, no, it's simple. Love life. I'm going to shuffle the deck. I just want you to have an open mind and an open heart to the message, Heaven, okay? I rid this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and wisdom. I ask that you continue to guide my words in the deck to provide heaven with a sense of clarity in regards to her love life as she's seeking spiritual advice in that area of her life. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. You're welcome. All right, this is the King of Cups. I am my own anchor. And since yours is so general and I don't know in any of your details, I will forewarn you, a lot of times when people seek about relationships, the cards and the higher powers call for self-reflection. So I'm just going to read, and you know your situation and how it should be taken for you, and how would that the message overall from your higher power and how it's meant for you. All right, the King of Cups. Emotional stability, kindness, and strength. As a person in your reading, this king represents self-control, the ability to stay calm and centered, whatever is happening around him. In relationships, he can represent the ideal male partner or father figure. As a situation, the message is to stay grounded when you're in an emotional flux. The more changeable and unpredictable the situation, the more the need to look inward and draw upon your inner wisdom. With this comes the balance that is needed to keep moving forward. And I'm not going to speak on it because I want you to receive it how you should. All right, the Page of Pentacles. I am open to opportunities for personal growth. That's funny. All right, an opportunity, a positive influence. As a person in your reading, this page is often a young person who's enthusiastic, full of ideas and ambitions. He may be in education or looking for work, and if so, the card foretells success in examinations and interviews. As a situation, you're in a growth phase, so may be drawn towards education or find other opportunities to develop your skills through work. You can make positive changes to your life through looking at practical outcomes that bring future rewards. So it's definitely a self-reflection card. Hey, New Way, yeah, after this one, I can get you. All right, Heaven. The Hierophant. I'm ready to love and learn. Oh, look, love and learn. That's a lot. I got to do all that thing. I got to do all those things. Can I just love? No, learning's fun too. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is the spiritual leader and teacher, a mediator or bridge between heaven and earth. Her wisdom, signified by the open book, is shared with all and comes through love and learning. The magical key denotes opening the heart to knowledge. In her right palm and her third eye chakra is amethyst, crystal of spirituality, insight, and healing. The Hierophant card holds diverse meanings: togetherness and marriage, education and spiritual teaching. However, you may interpret this card in your reading, the overarching themes are self-alignment and self-empowerment through a relationship, work, or more formal learning. At a personal level, there's a sense of peace and togetherness in mind, body, and spirit. And with your name like Kevin, oh my goodness. I got that card actually right before I came on. I always like to connect with the deck on a daily basis anyways, but of course right before lives. I hope that it provided something to pray over or meditate, whatever your practice is. And I'm sending you so much love, light, and positivity. Heaven, I don't think I've seen your name here before. If I have, forgive me for forgetting, but I appreciate you for being here and letting me read for you. Thank you. All right, New Way, do you have a question or did you just want a general reading? And welcome back. I know I've seen your name before. Oh, thank you again, Heaven. I love that name. Okay, General, it is New Way. My higher power, source, creator of all, thank you for being here and guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for New Ways. New Ways here to seek spiritual guidance and connection. I call upon Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael to bring in words of wisdom, love, light, and to provide abundance, health, and wealth. And so it is. Amen. Okay, New Way. Oh, thank you. I always love whenever y'all validate. It's just our higher power. I'm just a vessel and I'm just blessed to be part of this community and to spiritually connect with y'all. So, but thank you for validating that. I really appreciate that. All right. I'm going to shuffle the deck thinking of you, New Way. And I just want you to have an open heart and mind to the message, okay? I rid this deck of any negativity. I only lead with words of love, light, and positivity. I ask that you continue to guide my words in this deck for New Way, as New Way seeking spiritual connection and spiritual guidance. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. This is the Nine of Wands. I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. Oh, I don't know if you have something deep going on, but it's validating your strength. Vigilance, strength, and defense. This nine often shows an ongoing struggle that tests your character and your resources. You may be tired, but still need to fight on because you are almost at your goal. This is the point at which some people give up or give in, but the message here is to persevere. An additional interpretation is harboring an old wound. Past experience says it is unsafe to drop your guard just yet. For this reason, you may be overly vigilant, unwilling to trust others until you have absolute proof of their intentions. So it could be two as far as it applies to your life. Either way, it requires strength. And it's just validating that and just reminding you that you are strong and your higher power is here to guide you. All right, this is the Hanged Man. It says, I can see this situation another way. Oh, I like how it kind of connects to that one about the situation, but I don't know. I won't read into it. Let me just read the card instead of trying to ramble. The Hanged Man. A young man is suspended upside down from a tree. The tree is a representation of the tree of life, a sacred symbol of the enduring connectedness of all things. He is tethered to a branch by one foot, yet he appears unharmed and peaceful, awaiting whatever the future brings. The luminous selenite rocks below him symbolize his connection to the spiritual world. Oh, I see. Thank you for validating that. I'm stuck. That's okay. All of us get like that in life. If you only knew how many times I was stuck in my life, and it still happens. And you got this, though. You got this, and things will turn out exactly how they should. You may feel in limbo as you wait for events to speed up or for others to make a move. Wow, that's crazy. You just said I'm stuck, and then I went on to read the meaning. It's like you may feel in limbo. Oh. You may feel in limbo as you wait for events to speed up or for others to make a move. The card, however, asks you to make the most of this time and see your situation from another angle. So it's just asking you to reflect, and try to look at it from another angle. And so is this card too. It's saying the same thing. An additional meaning is considering a compromise as a way forward. Spiritually, the hangman can show meditation, spiritual awareness, or spiritual initiation. The crystal, if you believe in crystals, is selenite, Selenite, a spiritual connection and healing stone associated with the crown chakra, supports your intuitive knowing and connection with your guides and angels. Whenever you need to dispel negativity and find a spiritual perspective on your situation, hold the stone, focus on the selenite crystal within it, or focus on the selenite crystal and sense the messages that come through. So if you have a metaphysical store and you believe in crystals, and if you don't, that's okay, to each their own. But I'm going to write the name of the crystal, Stella. And you might already know. Forgive me if I'm like just speaking of something you already know about. That's the name of the crystal that can help you not be so stuck. But of course, prayer and meditation or whatever your practice is will do the same too. All right, the 10 of Wands. Wow, you got 2 wands as well. I love and care for myself first. You're welcome, New Way. Sounds like you got some deep stuff going on. I'm sending you like so much love, light, and positivity. I know life can get lifey, Being overwhelmed. This is the 10 of Wands. Being overwhelmed, losing sight of a goal. This 10 is the card of burdens. You may be at the point at which you feel it is impossible to reduce your workload or responsibilities. However, with so much upon you, you risk losing perspective as you become too absorbed in the detail. More generally, the card can also show cluttered thinking and the need to simplify. Just like the other cards say, look at it from another way, another perspective. And I just saw I ruined everything. Look, that's your cards telling you to look at it from another perspective, okay? Try not to be so harsh on yourself. And I know it's easier said than done, but this, the harder we are on ourselves, the more bondage we create for ourselves, and then new things can't happen. The message is to prioritize. You may get more done if you commit to fewer people or projects. This may mean managing external demands or work, for example, in a relationship, not taking on others' problems as your own. Yeah, you got a lot going on. That was a pretty deep reading, but it's validating that you're strong. Your cards are just validating that you're amazing, you're strong. You can think of this from another perspective and just stay strong in your faith and whatever practice you have, and closure will come, or a solution will come, and new things will open up, And I know it's easier said than done. So I'm sending you so many blessings and so much light and love. And just remember that we're always loved, guided, and protected. And you're worthy of it all. Try to be gentle with yourself. We're only human, Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you, New Way. Thank you for coming back. I hope that it brought you a little peace. And just to remember that your higher power loves you and you're worthy of it all. Thank you again for letting me read for you. Hey, Emil, you just came in. Yeah, I just finished with New Way. Sure, you can have a reading. Do you just want a general one, or do you have like a specific question? In New Way, I'm sending you so much love, light, and positivity. I know I already said that. I just like when we have deep readings, I'm like, oh man, I just wish I could just swoop in and like fix it all. But you can, because like your card said, you have the strength. All right, Emil, try to word it in like a yes or no question. And I cannot guarantee that our higher power will answer it, but I can guarantee that the cards will provide some self-reflection and something to pray or meditate over. Oh, new way. I wish I could. I've been there. Look, I know you probably heard me speak on my sobriety, and you know, and 3 months ago, I needed somebody to come in and scoop me up. So I wish I could. I wish I could just help you, but we're connecting. Connection's good, and your higher powers got you for sure. Always, I don't know if you like to meditate, but meditation always makes me feel like I'm in our higher powers arms and just wrapped with serenity. It brings me a lot of peace, and I do sleep hypnosis too. That brings me a lot of peace as well. Emil, you can type your question in the chat for me when you're ready. I'm just talking. Oh, you did already. Would there be balance between my ex-girlfriend and I again, as in like a reunion? Okay. Like, is there possibly a reconnection? Okay. Let me pray over the deck. Okay, Emil? My higher power, my source, creator of all, thank you for guiding my words in this deck. I ask that you do the same for Emil, as Emil's seeking spiritual guidance and advice in regards to their relationship with their ex. They're seeking advice as if that relationship will reconcile and be anew. I call upon Archangel and Michael and Archangel Raphael to come in with words of love, light, and wisdom, and provide Emil with answers and clarity to what the nature of this relationship might turn into. When one rises, we all rise. Amen. Okay, Emil, I'm going to shuffle thinking of you, and I just want you to have an open heart and an open mind to the message, okay? I read this deck of any negativity. I only speak with words of love, light, and positivity. I'm grateful to the community, to my higher power, and the cards for helping me raise the positive vibrational field of the world we live in. I ask that you guide my words and these cards for Emil, as Emil seeking spiritual advice in regards to her ex or to their ex and what might become of that situation. When one rises, we all rise. Okay. The Five of Swords. I will heal myself. And I know, like, if you're speaking about an ex and you're still thinking of them, I know that needs to happen, you know? So let me read it. The Five of Swords. Defeat, loss, and conclusion. So I don't know. Okay, I won't speak on it. Let me just read it and you take it how you need to take it, okay? Defeat, loss, and conclusions. The outcome of a battle of wills. You may not have been treated fairly and suffer humiliation as you find yourself in a no-win situation. The person or situation concerned makes you a victim of their ego and need to win. In readings, the card can also signify bullying. It is time to accept the hurt and recover. The good news is that this situation will soon pass. You move on rather than dwell upon the past and perhaps find alternative routes to the justice you deserve. So this card is just speaking about moving on and healing yourself. All right, let's see the next card. This is the Seven of Wands. I actively hold true to my values. Excuse me. The Seven of Wands signifies a challenge. You may need to fend off a barrage of upcoming demands and requests, or feel you must otherwise actively defend your position. The message is that you be crystal clear about your beliefs and intentions and communicate them precisely so you cannot be misunderstood. Then the situation will not get out of control. Be clear about your boundaries in advance so those concerned know exactly where they stand. An additional meaning is representing a cause you feel passionate about and speaking up in defense of it. So you know the nature of this relationship better. So I'm going to leave it at that. Just take it however your higher power is meeting it for you, you know. All right, let's see your next one. The 8 of Wands. You got 2 wands. I manifest multiple opportunities. News, messages, and energy. Talking about a reunion. But look, there's like, I don't know, they might not all apply to this relationship. Either way, I'm going to shut up. So you already know where they apply. So I'm going to just read them out. I'll just read so that you just can take it in. Okay, good. Look, I'm always like trying to speak things in. I'm like, shut up, Crystal. Shut up, Crystal. So thank you for validating that. Crystal clear. All right, 8 of Wands. News, messages, and energy. 8, number of change in the passionate. Driven suit of wands signifies news that creates new opportunities. It's the card of communication, and events begin to speed up. So if you've been waiting for a decision or other news, this is highly likely now. In general, there'll be more emails, text, or other messages arriving. Travel's also favored, so this busy card brings opportunities for frequent trips for work and short breaks for leisure. The advice here is to pause and consider your options rather than respond impulsively. So I'm going to leave it at that, Emil. Thank you for letting me read for you. I appreciate you. And I don't know if I've seen your name before, so if it's your first time, welcome. If it's not your first time, forgive me for forgetting because I am human. Thank you again for letting me read for you. And I'm sending you so much love and light and positivity because I know like exes and that whole thing can suck sometimes. So I'm sending you so much love, light, and positivity. And you're worthy of it all. Oh, and with that, I think I will end. I am almost at the 3-hour mark. I have been very blessed to have many good readings today. I'm so grateful for this community. I say this usually in my closings all the time. My first time ever. Oh, yay. Thank you for visiting me. I hope to see you come back. I have a couple of people that come back, and I love to connect with people and to see their life unfold. So I hope to see you again, Emil. And if not, I understand. And I'm just sending you so much love, peace, and light. And to the community, I am. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for helping me to connect with my deck and to help me connect with my spirit side and to guide and to help y'all connect with yours. Because when one rises, we all rise. Namaste.